Welcome to the War on Wellness. Today we're talking about mistakes to avoid when staying hydrated. But first, this message from Plant Based Penny. Welcome to the War on Wellness. I am Penny, your host, also known as Plant Based Penny. And today we're talking about mistakes to avoid while staying hydrated. We're in the midst of our drink water challenge, 5 days where we're going to challenge ourselves to drink more water. And we just want to do all we can to look, live, and feel well. And water is a very important topic. And so let me know where you're watching from. I see that I have people on from YouTube and from my 3 Facebook channels and from Instagram as well. So thank you all for coming. And today I told you once before, and for those of you who may be new, I spent some time living abroad where I was practicing all things plant based and learning more about natural healing properties and natural foods as medicine. And in that process, I actually thought before I left the United States that I knew more than I actually did. Okay. It's just part of growing. And one of the things that take, I did not take seriously was the drinking of water. And so really, I think that that and the sleep that we did in another challenge before, I think all those things kind of worked against me with my health. And so I've been able to regain some of my health with that and some of the medicinal plants as well and lifestyle habits. And so let's go to the third one. So I'm going to do 3 and a bonus. 3 and a bonus. What mistakes do we want to avoid? Oh, but first, I have a question for you. And the question is, what color do you think your urine should be? Yes, Plant Based Penny is talking about it. I'm talking about bodily functions. Yes, I am, because it is necessary. And we can't be shy about these things because sometimes we can look where our health is and see how healthy we are or are not by our bodily functions. So, your urine color, should it be a dark color? Should it be a honey color? Should it be a pale yellow or should it be clear? What color do you think? Just put in the comments or make sure that you put in the comments the dark, honey, pale, or clear, whichever one you think, okay? And trust me, I have been all of these. So don't bother being embarrassed or anything about that. Because the first mistake that a lot of people make is overdoing it. And I'm going to give you the answer to your question in a minute, but first I'm going to give you some chances to give your answers in the comments. Overdoing it. Too much of a good thing is actually a true statement. If you've ever heard that statement, have you ever heard too much of a good thing is not always good for you? So if you're at a stage, which I was in my past, where I was not drinking enough or much water, and I was drinking a lot of colored drinks, then if you all of a sudden on this water challenge decide that, hey, I'm going to drink 2 gallons of water tomorrow, I'm going to drink it all at 10 o'clock a.m. or whatever time it is that you set, you can end up killing yourself. I mean, really. I mean, have you ever heard of anybody who has done themselves harm, who's actually drowned from drinking too much water? Just put a yes in the comments if you've ever heard of that happening before or not. Yes, it is actually possible. If that's not your norm, you can overwhelm your kidneys and your cells can begin to swell. And it's a condition called hypnotremia. Yes, hypnotremia. And that's really when the sodium levels have really just been diluted and they're below normal in your body. And so your body needs the sodium and the fluids in order to balance, in order to balance our blood pressure and our rhythm, our heart rhythm, our nerves, our muscles. And so we can't, I mean, just like you wouldn't want to, like me, okay, I'm not a runner. My husband, Paul, is a runner. If I were to go out and try to, run a half marathon, never having done any running at all, I just might kill myself or cause my body to kill over. Okay. So we have to build up. So, yes, this is the drink water challenge, but we have to build up that water consistency that we're getting. Remember yesterday, I have posted on my pages, on my social media pages, my favorite water bottles. And so make sure you check out that post from yesterday. So we don't want to just all of a sudden start and just rush in, because that can become a problem. So let me see if I have any answers to the question of what our urine should be. Okay, very good. I have, okay, I have Doris. Hi, Mom. She's saying clear on here. And then I have Previa, also saying clear. I have Leslie, who's saying yes. I guess that's yes, and or they've heard of someone who has actually had that challenge before. So yes, it is definitely possible for that to be an issue with your health if you do not be very considerate. Okay, so very good. Just checking out, making sure that I'm connected on all networks. Very good. Wonderful. So the answer to the question, so those are your answers. The actual answer is that it should be, well, the recommendation should that it should be pale yellow. Plant-based penny is going to say pale yellow between clear. So kind of between those two bookends right there. And that's because if your urine is dark, that means that you are dehydrated. Especially if you have the combination of your urine being dark and then you're not having regular bowel movements, there is a good chance that you are not only dehydrated, that you're probably constipated too at the same time. A honey color means that you do have some water in your system, but you need more water. And so pale yellow, not exactly clear is kind of what you want to aim for as far as your urine color is concerned. So the second mistake is that people are aiming for clear urine. It doesn't have to be clear 100% of the time. So don't let that scare you in any way. If it's pale yellow, between pale yellow and clear, then you are fine. So how do you find out? Well, you do that thing. You look behind you. Look behind you, and behind you when you go to the lavatory, bathroom, toilet, commode, whatever it is that you call it in your country or in your culture. After you've urinated, look and see what it is, and look for a pale yellowish shade. So you don't want to aim for the being dehydrated, because that's all multiple other issues that you would have with your organs, skin, hair, nails, all of that. So you want to up your consumption until the color gets even lighter. Okay. And this is actually really good. I mean, I have clients who they're keeping their grandchildren or great grandchildren live with them. Or I have another couple clients who are keeping their elderly parents. And so This is one way to be able to, when you're a caregiver for someone, whether they're young or they're old, you can help them. You can see and look and tell, hey, they gotta drink a little bit more water. They have to or drink less water, or they need to be mindful of the fact that they're getting dehydrated. Maybe that's the cause of some of the other issues, of course. And the third reason is that assuming any drink is hydrating. Assuming any drink is hydrating. I'm just going to drink this, whatever this bottle is. And, back in my day when I was a kid, it was Kool-Aid, which, came in a little, it was, for those of you who are from another country who don't know, water break. Kool-Aid was a powdery substance that you added to water, and that you also added sugar to that on top of that. And that was the fun drink for kids, I guess, and adults as well. But you want to aim for, after you get your enough water, and that's when ounces of water, you take your body weight, divide that in half. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you're drinking 50 pounds. If you 50 ounces. If you weigh 200 pounds, you're drinking 100 ounces of water over the day, throughout the day, not all at once. Okay, let's make sure we remember that. And so, what I have promised for myself, for my personal health, for plant-based Penny, is that once I have reached my water goal, and have at least reached that water goal for, say, I've done it 6 out of 7 days, and then maybe I'll have something else, some sort of a juice or something like that. Most of the time, that's kind of the way that I deal with myself. You can do what works for you, but some things will take hydration away from your body or dehydrate you if you drink them. So you're thinking, hey, I'm drinking this drink, so since it's liquid, then it's going to hydrate me. Not so. It is not the case. So we have to understand that if we're drinking caffeinated beverages, then those caffeinated beverages are going to dehydrate us also. So when you're drinking just regular water, you're drinking your body, it consumes the fluids, consumes that water. It uses 50% or more of the water that you just took in. Because a lot of it it goes out. So like right now, my body is excreting liquid or water. And that is because I'm talking. And also because I have a respiratory system, I am respirating also. That's also another way that the body uses water. Or if I have a personal summer here, hopefully I won't have one on the air. When I start getting a little bit warm, which sometimes happens, then I also excrete water. So the body's using about 50% of the water when we bring it in. When we drink caffeinated drink, whether that's soda, tea, coffee, whatever, it has caffeine in it, then your body's only getting about 25% of those fluids. So we have to remember that the caffeinated drinks are going to dehydrate you. And so the beverage that really dries you out is alcohol. Alcohol severely dehydrates people. So we want to make our choices H2O, H2O. So I'm going to give you a bonus here. This is your bonus. And that is, there are some things that will also change the color of your urine that are not, it's not because you're dehydrated that your urine changes in color. So some of those are foods. And so do you know any foods, if you list a food in a comment that you know of that will change the color of your urine, then list that in the comments. And while you do that, I want you to also know that there's some medications, or there are medications that may change the color of your urine. Sometimes it'll make it green or orange. So that's why it's important that you read the labels on your medication, because it may change the color of your urine. And you may be looking back going, what is going on? But you may be hydrated, but it may be because of the medication. Also, if you have a urinary tract infection, it may change the color of your urine to a milky white urine. So it may not be that you're dehydrated, that your urine is changing colors. It may be because of an external reason, which may be medications or urinary tract infection. So foods may change the color of your urine. And so some of those foods are, and you can probably guess, beets. Beets are one of the foods that can change the color of your urine. That's one of them. Also, fava beans also can change the color of your urine. And and they can be like pink or red in color. And blackberries. If you eat a good deal of blackberries, they may also change the color of your urine. No, a lot of my clients, I give them charcoal. And so if you don't know, if you haven't used charcoal before, sometimes charcoal can change the color of your stool. So it is really, really important that you understand what is going on, so that you don't get panicky thinking that something is going wrong with your body. And so tomorrow I'm going to give you the foods that you can eat in order to help hydrate, because a lot of people are, like, a plant-based penny, I can't drink half my body weight in ounces of water. What else can I do? Well, what you can do is you can like, comment, subscribe, follow for those, and subscribe for those who are on YouTube, follow for those who are on the other social media channels. And I can make sure that you get everything that you need so that you too can look, live, and feel well. I'm Penny, also known as Plant-Based Penny, and I help people move from problems to progress with plant-based solutions. I can be reached on my website at plantbasedpennylife.com. Thank you for all those who are joining me on Facebook and on Instagram. And I will see you on next Wednesday for the War on Wellness broadcast. But make sure you check out each one of the channels, because I'm going to continue to post all week long during the water challenge to let you know how you can improve your water intake. Thanks so much.